first of all, yesterday I was in my panel. They were talking about instant payments, about the change here in the Russian market, and the same is happening in Brazilian market, and the same is happening in Argentinian market, and it was very interesting conversation because it's obvious that will affect somehow the acquirers. They will lose margins, so it's very interesting. So about, let's say, this trend of instant payments, I think it will happen, and it will really squeeze the margins of the acquirers, and they will have to rethink their business models, etc. And about technology, I think it's obvious that one day the mobiles really become the main instrument of payment. They are moving. I think that they didn't find the right or the ultimate way to use the mobile, like a tool for payment. Now maybe with QR codes. But I think that, let's say, in few years, people will really use their mobile and wearables, etc. First of all, our company always tried to be different, to innovate. Just a curiosity, we were the first company in the world to launch TCP/IP, that is the internet protocol. And after, we were the first company to create a browser for point-of-sale terminals too. We were a bit unlucky because the Brazilian market was a monopoly, like many other countries. And then we convinced the biggest acquirer in Brazil, the former name was VisaNet Brazil, now it's Cielo, to hire us. And in Brazil, if you worked to one, you couldn't work to the other. So we had, let's say, the best technology, or the most innovative, but we didn't have a market. So it was really bad for us for many years. We tried to go abroad, especially in Mexico, but Mexico was very difficult to make business. But in 2010, the Brazilian market opened. So we had 2 acquirers at that time, now we have 13. And then one of the Brazilian acquirers, it's an American company, very famous one, First Data. So they brought us to Argentina, and there is a huge chance that we'll go with them to other countries in Latin America. And let's say our dream is to become their platform worldwide. We opened our office in USA 2 years ago, but we decided to go to USA only after we got the patent of our technology. Because our technology is patented in 40, nowadays it is approved in 43 countries, the whole European community, and Mexico, Canada, USA, Australia and South Africa. And it's pending in Japan, China, India, for example, and other countries. And USA, specifically speaking, to go there without a patent, I didn't feel comfortable. Because now we are just investing. 1 year and a half ago, I was reading a Nielsen report. It's a newsletter about payments. And I saw about Sberbank, that they were the biggest acquirer in Europe in the volume of transactions. Our technology is amazing, honestly. We really reduce the time to market and really save lots of millions of dollars in logistic, in development, certification process, etc. When we created the technology, we didn't aim that. We didn't know even about that. We imagined, we could guess, but only the customer can really tell us. And usually the customer, they don't want to tell you that he's saving money, that he's happy with you, etc. Because you will renegotiate. When the Brazilian market opened, and remember, it was VisaNet for Visa, Redecard for MasterCard. When all the acquirers could work with all brands, Cielo, VisaNet Peru, VisaNet Brazil, that became Cielo, told us that they didn't want us to work with the competition. And then we didn't agree, but in the end of the story, we made a good negotiation with them, good conditions, etc. And they taught us how much money they saved. They explained us exactly. And I think that's our target. We are looking for, let's say, the biggest guys, because they will get the best of their savings. We created a new technology for e-commerce. Usually we don't work in e-commerce. We are specialized in let's say, in payments in the real world. Terminal, in the card. When you pay with a card, with a chip card, type the PIN with a terminal, the transaction is 100% secure. Then when you go to the internet, have to type your credit card information, it's completely insecure. And now the big companies like Visa, Master, they are creating new technologies to prevent, to try to prevent, to try to diminish the fraud. But it's the eternal fight of the good with the evil. We created something really amazing that allows you to make a transaction in an e-commerce site, and the transactions go to the issuer, now with the same, very same format, security information. We'll be able to make this fraud-free.